Hello and welcome back to Disco Elysium. We're here on the ice. There are things to look at I haven't looked at. Painted with pastels. Someone is trying to bring cheer into the world. Trash from some unending party. A pole screwed into the ice. Keep the tents erect. This seems like a dangerous place to put up a tent. More tribalistic markings. This post is covered in little humanoids, like the leader. Can interact with this.
The pane of Eternite has been planted into the snow. Two poles are holding it up. Barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute. A stronger gust of wind might be enough.
What is this?
Looks like a makeshift bridge. Could be convenient.
I'm gonna push it over.
The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk.
Could be convenient. Someone's home away from home, just like yours. We spoke to this lady last time. There are some young gentlemen in here that we need to speak to, I guess.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, three young men, all in forward-looking apparel, reminiscent of the sticker on the padlock, are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard. One of them looks at you.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
Squeeze in.
Sorry, we barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for these.
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
I'm sure you will
Fair.
feel right at home. I'll keep watch.
Let's look at things first. Canisters filled with appears to be water. Label says distilled. Speaker, the big kind they use for live music. Pile of nasal sprays. Brand name Nosovit Ultra. I'm listening to this music. It's fine, I guess. Let's talk to these lads.
A youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Shake hand.
His grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
This is my posse, Noid.
The young man with earrings looks at
So
you
that's Noid then.
suspiciously.
And Egghead. Egg!
Jesus, look at that art. The tape player high above his head continues to blast what is probably anodic music.
Together with a Settle Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
How many music venues have you organized?
We have many in the pipeline, officer.
That means they haven't set up a single one yet.
Indeed. Why are you here?
See, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Also for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Place is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
Was there something you wanted? Your friend Estelle said there was a problem with the church.
Ah, so you've met her. Good, good. Yeah, it's a matter of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of Narcomania on the coast.
I know what he's talking about.
I'm talking about the church, and I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Dopeheads. Burnouts.
He angrily spits on a screw, then starts cleaning it.
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that, in Revachol.
Strike that. The word.
Man, you need to chill, dude.
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts hold up in there are the worst kind.
Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
What kind?
The spooky kind.
What exactly do you mean by
I was
spooky?
hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge.
Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse. People just wanna spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
Are you like German or something?
Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for.
I'll look into it. Tell me more.
All right, man.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchanged giddy looks.
Hell, pray for start a nightclub. A cell told me Noid put the padlock on the door. Why?
I did ask Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. It's a temporary fix, just something to contain the situation.
I had to do it in an hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
How long have those people been locked in there?
Not long, like a week maybe?
Jesus, what the fuck? How can you be sure they haven't starved to death?
Super sure they're alive. I mean, come on. I'm at least 90%, maybe 85% sure they're still alive.
You guys are fucking insane.
Somewhere in the ruinous past that led you here, there was something called exams. You may have learned the term involuntary manslaughter there.
Andre, do you know what involuntary manslaughter means?
Yes, I do. I listen to Channel 8 all the time. I know about crime stuff, and I assure you, officer, this is not what's happening here. I'm at least 80% sure they're alive.
The number keeps getting smaller.
Most people aren't ever that alive in their entire lives.
What is that even? That sounds like nonsense.
You're right. It is nonsense. Total garbage. I knew you'd see through it. You're one smart cop.
I get by it. Now, where was it with that padlock?
Nods attentively, ready to answer the questions of one smart cop.
I need the key.
Of course. Noid, give the officer the key.
All right.
$28 is not good enough %. He tosses it in my general direction. Let it fall to the ground, then pick it up like a normal adult person.
Watches you pick up the key with a smirk.
Right, other questions.
Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Let's do it.
Who exactly are these people inside the church?
Thing is, I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses.
You haven't even seen them and you want the police involved?
Well, there's also the machinery.
This machine is of the deeply mystical variety.
When I first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned, empty. Took some time getting the crew together. So about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up. Suddenly, there are all these strange machines lying around in there.
One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never seen anything like it. Andre,
What the fuck are you talking about?
feeling?
Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark.
No, the other one.
Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg.
Felt like silence. Awful silence.
You haven't physically seen anyone.
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church. A couple of times. And we felt someone or something eyeing us inside. But that's kinda it.
So how can you be sure they're burnouts and dopers if you haven't even seen them?
Well, honestly, I can't. But I am.
This is a below feeble attempt at avoidance. Basically, he is attempting to weaponize idiocy.
Wow, you can't, but you do. I should add weaponized idiocy to my own repertoire.
Hey now, I'm 70% sure
It
they're
keeps-
substance abusers.
Okay, that's a he's a
Don't let all that technology fool you. Where do you think the drugs come from?
Can you tell me more about this
You
machinery?
should talk to Noid about that. I just got a distinct burnout and dopehead sign from them. Probably jacked up to some snuff station too. probably very likely.
With a small surge of PEA, alertness fills you, as if to say, this is a dark corner. Look behind it.
Snuff station.
It means like one of those rich boy private radio stations where you can listen to people getting killed on and jerk off to it. Sick shit.
Black Widow Volume 7.
Not that we would know anything about that. Noid just likes to relay stuff.
He appears sincere enough, sire. You could, of course, be wrong.
We're getting derailed here. In short, you can tell to Noid about the machines. He'll tell you more.
And what was that about some thing watching you?
You aren't alone, you know?
It wasn't quite human, if you know what I mean.
Not human, as in a ghost. Do you know what he means?
It was this dark shape climbing upside down along the ceiling, like some kind of crabman.
Crabman.
Yeah, you know, the way it was climbing up and around the ceiling, like a crab.
It was stalking a cell, exhibiting ambush behaviour.
Odd. Crabs are usually marine creatures, and not known for climbing walls.
No. Are you sure there was a crabman?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I didn't personally see it. A cell was alone that time, but I believe her. If she comes out running and says there's a crab in there, there's a crab in there.
You should ask her about it, but be nice. Don't tell her you don't believe in the crab.
The implications of this are too numerous to consider. Proceed with caution. Learn all you can before entering that dark building. There probably is no crab man. Don't let them draw you in with this nonsense.
Right, let's talk about something else.
What?
I wanted to ask you about this tent full of equipment.
Yes. What?
So you brought your own water.
Yeah, good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church even is running water.
Distilled too.
Oh,
He doesn't know what to say.
it's the one they sell at the fuel station.
It's like he's lying to you, my liege. But he's slippery enough that there's nothing for you to grab hold of.
What's with all the Nosafed?
The what now?
The Nosafed Ultra. You have a lot of it lying around.
Oh, the old Ultra. We,
He's like an actor, looking to the souffleur for his line.
I have a major sinus infection.
Souffleur.
Stuffy nose. We all do. Shit's all blasted up. Winter. Can't even breathe.
You sound fine to me?
Yes, that's all Nosafed's doing. Without the Noser, I'd be drowning in shit right now.
Nosafed is the shit.
On to the next thing.
Yes. What?
He nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
I tossed away my stupid logic hat to the girl. Wow. I'm stupid. You mentioned some kind of ecclesiastes in the church. Who are these
Oh
ecclesiasts?
yeah, that's a meteor and name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it.
If you don't know what the founding party is, there might be a way to mask it with minor demagoguery.
Before we go on, what do you mean by
You
meteorum?
know, of Meteo. Concerning Meteo.
Meteo?
Meteo, a country on Muindi. On the Muindi Isla.
One of the poorest of the first world nations today, but once a great ancient civilization. Capital, Tilakos, by percentage.
Now, humor me, Andre. What is the founding party?
Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know. I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organization.
And?
And they have roots in ancient mass society. And they're the custodians of the Pyroconasian church. Plus, they anoint the innocents. They, like, made the innocentic system, no?
Now, Andre, in your opinion, would this ancient religious organization who anoints the innocents want a club for anotic music in one of their churches?
Totally.
There isn't a trace of doubt in his voice.
Pyroconasian church
dance!
He violently shakes the tape player as if to see if he can break it.
Love is hardcore!
Love is hardcore.
Unity! Unity!
Make some noise for my Insulindian posse!
Turns the volume up, then looks at you with a knowing nod, as if it's obvious you will now break into dance.
You feel it. The anodes and the cathodes coursing through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to the base, as if testing the waters.
Let's, no words, enjoy the beat and nod your head.
Feels good.
Guess love can be pretty hardcore.
Oh yeah, it can!
He's coming around. You're getting it.
Nope. No, actually, this is too much. No sane organization would want this level of absurdity in their church.
That's pretty downbeat. I think I speak for all of us when I say we expected the law to be more open to the idea of love, unity, and the Pericarnassian posse.
That's just the way it is.
Yeah, I guess it is. So, you got more questions?
The one with the large head is still looking at you, nodding his head, waiting for your body to start moving. His expectation is fierce.
As always,
That's it for now.
I'll be right here, waiting patiently for the news. Yeah.
That was a different line than this. Sometimes it just does that. I'm gonna quick save and I'm gonna try that check. Do I have anything to boost my logic? I can I can put my logic down. Why did I give away my hat? It seemed like a good idea at the time. Oh well.
Hi again. So,
Let's roll some godly logic, I guess.
Well, first of all, you're a smart cop, and a smart cop like you.
Let's give that 1 or 2 save scums.
Hi again. So, how things going?
Well, first of all,
Or 2.
Hi again. So, how things going?
a number of things don't add up.
Neat.
Let's take a look. How about gather around, kids?
Okay, kids, now gather round.
The young speed freak puts down a busted capacitor and looks at you. The one with the large head seems very enthusiastic about whatever you have planned. Their would-be leader is less amused.
This is silly. I got bad news for you, Andre. Things don't add up.
What things?
This isn't the makings of a club. This is a tent full of laboratory equipment for manufacturing drugs.
I have no idea how you arrived at that conclusion, but it's wrong. Look, we even have speakers.
One speaker. They have one speaker.
Where is his friend? Did he lose his friend?
What do you mean, friend?
The other speaker. You only have one.
It's a one-speaker system. It's monodynamic. You wouldn't know the first thing about sound reproduction in anodic music. Other speaker.
This may be the brain damage talking, but you've definitely never heard of monodynamic or one-speaker systems.
You have no headphones. Wouldn't a cell need her headphones to spin tape?
What do you know about spinning tape?
I know you pawned them, likely for lab equipment and drug ingredients.
Sorry, but there is no lab equipment and no drug ingredients.
That nosivet is here for its active ingredient.
He said it was for his nose. What more do you want?
Likely pseudoephedrine, almost exactly the shape of ephedrine. Ephedrine makes you happy, and So does pseudoephedrine.
The distilled water, cornerstone of a clean lab.
And of all cellular-based life, what's your point, Lawbringer?
There's no need for me to pile on anymore, is there?
No shit.
In short, you tried to use a police detective to set up a drug lab.
Come on, that's...
Against the law?
I meant to say, not true.
So what are we gonna do with you?
What do you mean, do?
There's resignation in his voice. He's almost ready to drop the act. It wouldn't take a lot of pushing. The optimal way to go about this would be indifference. It begins by you telling him you don't care about any of this.
You tell me what's really going on, and we'll work from there. I can be lenient.
What do you mean by lenient?
Not calling backup and hauling you all off to the pen, for starters.
Okay, man, okay.
He raises his hands.
Things are just so hard for an entrepreneur in this city right now. It's not like we lied when we said we want to turn a church into the wickedest club in East Revershall.
Because we do! We totally do!
We just need to turn it into a speed lab before.
To get our foot in the door.
Why did you need me?
Like I told you, spooky arseholes moved in while I was getting all this stuff together. A month ago, the place was empty, and now it's all spooked up.
They're not really spooky, are they?
No, man. They're spooky, all right. It's just that they would also probably call the police if we started cooking speed in there.
But the sign was way off too. I couldn't feel the love at all.
Sir, you promised you'd be lenient.
Oh shit. Decide later. Look into the spooky situation first and then pass judgment. I have to look into the spooky situation before I can decide what to do with you.
We can continue on an amiable path, right? No more misunderstandings. No
That's it for
more,
now.
as always.
I think I'm gonna talk to this Noid person as well.
You had a talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss things with Noid. Good.
Skin shows through the holes in the Speed Freak's too large sweater. In front of him, an open toolbox full of carpentry tools and
Good to
parts.
talk to Andre first. Gave me time to get a reading on your side. Can't really talk to people before you get a reading.
Runs his hand through his hair, which is combed back in mock seriousness, and continues to fiddle with some gears. I kind of figure out, but let's ask Sign.
Gotta compare. See if we can align.
Interesting.
I suck at socialising, man. Even now, our sign synchronisation is way off. But I'll see what I can do.
I saw a sticker on the padlock. Can you tell me about it?
A sticker? You mean the yellow one? Can you describe it to me?
Interesting. He wants you to describe it, though he already knows what it looks like.
Why describe it if you already know what I mean?
So I can hear you do it. Sometimes the outside gaze helps us reflect on things.
Noid, don't bother our guests with your games.
Piss off, Andre. Me and Mr. Cop are trying to discuss art.
You shouldn't talk like that.
I don't mind a little foul language here and there.
Cool. The ban on foulness. That's the moralist plot to alienate us from our bodily functions so they can control us more fully. Anyhow, what was the sticker like?
I don't think he wants me to show him the sticker. It's a yellow circle, human face, with X's for eyes and a smile underneath. I think the X's means the guy's dead.
Good, good. What did you want to know?
What makes the sticker so modern?
Simplicity was brought to us by classical solarist modernism, and that was a tasteful, harmonious simplicity, right? Well, hardcore is not tasteful or outwardly harmonious. It's a warning shot. This will be dangerous. The echo of man's loss, haunting him.
Man, you're a cunt. Sorry.
The clothes, the music, same thing.
Come up with this stuff by yourself?
Not alone. People are thinking the same thing right now. There's a gathering at the Elysium. The beat is the same for all.
Was I right? Is it a dead guy smiling?
Yes, you're the 23rd person to get it right. And I've asked 23 people. Looks like it's a dead guy smiling to the entire human race.
Really?
Really.
Why do you think that's so?
We're all the same. Same eyes, same smiles, same death.
Okay, what does it
We
mean?
defeated history. We are living in the age of history, and in the eyes of history, we are always already dead. How can we ever smile then? Because history is a lie, and so are its deaths.
Okay, you've taken this a few steps too far.
Present moment and life are the hardcore. The hardcore expels death. Or maybe he's not dead. Maybe he's just really ecstatic about the beats.
Or drugged out of his mind, come to think of it.
Better not mention it.
Links, waiting for the next question.
I think we've exhausted the subject.
Yes, one could write an entire treatise on the thing. But what for?
Tell me about the machines.
Weird stuff. Specialised. There was a data processor and some sort of long-wave machinery. Wires going into water. Gives off a spy sign. Or some fucked up Samaran science sign. You know, the kind that goes head first into the supernatural.
The People's Republic of Samara is a product of Revachel's sister revolution on the Grand Isola. It's known as a severely degenerated rogue state.
What's wrong with the supernatural?
Nothing's wrong with it. You should definitely be researched. You can still do sick shit with it though.
The sickest. That's perhaps why it should be researched.
Alright, the supernatural. You think it's real, that it actually exists?
Most of it doesn't exist, but there's also stuff that isn't allowed to exist, because the moralists think it's too dangerous for the plebs. Psionic powers, pale-related diseases, pretenders pretending to be human, folk rights, that kind of stuff.
Why are you called Noid?
The hardcore aesthetic is esoteric. It's not meant to be discussed with the law at this moment.
Picks up some sort of a
It's not
widget.
easy to reach a harmonic resonance of signs without some adjustment.
Does this mean we need sign matching?
Yes, further sign matching would do good for us. One way to achieve this would be by getting us into the church.
What about now? Are the signs alright?
Still, you heard me.
Stage gamma disalignment. Maybe I'll come back later. Do I want to sync the signs with Noid, even? I'll talk to this guy.
A young man with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Welshi tape player, nodding along to the music. He looks at you with a knowing smile and says, as though you're supposed to be sharing some tremendous evangelical secrets.
Hardcore!
Say nothing.
Hardcore!
Still say nothing.
Hardcore to the mega!
Say nothing.
Internally coherent!
Still say nothing.
Encore! Alright! Yeah!
Say
He
nothing.
furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the stuffy tent.
Hardcore! Ah!
No, but seriously, I'm a little worried it isn't.
The question is, what is the question?
What? That would have been good if I had asked you a question, but I didn't. Now it's just idiotic.
But there was a question?
Could there have been a right way out of this garden of forking paths, you think?
What? Solve the egghead puzzle? What? What?
The young man with
This is hardcore.
Say nothing.
Hardcore!
Is it? I mean, really?
this young man adds a capital G before the H in his yegs and args. This produces a Gotwaldian accent and makes him sound more animal, more in it.
What?
Or maybe it's not Gotwaldian. Maybe it's Oranese. Probably an homage Arno van Eyck is from, judging by his name. Could you be listening to an Arno van Eyck creation right now?
So this is a famous Van Eyck I'm hearing.
You know about him?
He moves his mouth, but sound doesn't come out. His eyes are the size of saucers. Look like you've rendered him speechless.
No Van Eyck.
Yeah, I'm a major egghead. I have no... Egghead? Egghead. Oh.
Wow.
The skinny wraith looks at you with some disbelief.
So am I! So am I!
He begins to shake his head so everyone would understand.
Oh, is that why they call you Egghead? Because
Egghead to the mega! The K became the G! The boy became the man!
What the fuck?
Advent?
Advent? Die ganze Truppe fliegt mit Macht G in den Himmel, ja! Die ganze Truppe? I don't know that, but flies at Mach 3 in the sky.
Back to the heavyweight jam! Hardcore! Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega! Internally coherent!
Oh, I was wondering if you knew who killed the mercenary hanging behind the Whirling in Rags hostel.
Good morning, yeah! 1, 2, 3! Yakokata! The place to be!
Why is this Yekokata the place to be? What does that mean?
Yakokata is a hardcore place!
Yekokata is an abbreviation from the Gradian term, Zone of Ecological Catastrophe, an agricultural megaproject in the extreme southeast of the Gradian Isola. It involved cutting-edge approaches to irrigation and a completely new type of fertilizer. An intricate system of irrigation networks pockmarking the earth, intermittent seas of phosphorus mud, ripped tarpaulin fluttering in the wind. A pair of molten rubber boots also comes to mind. All in all, a truly hardcore place.
We're close! True!
What else?
Hardcore to the internally coherent! All core! Alright! Yeah!
Please tell me what exactly you're
Gotta
doing.
get the people going!
Why?
I'm the party boy. It's my job.
What is a party boy?
Hardcore party 25/7 beyond the winter's orbit style.
There is a place far away in Katla,
Jesus.
beyond a certain latitude, known as Winter's Orbit, where there are 25 hours
What?
a day. It is a tremendously cold place.
What does that mean?
Abandoned to drunks and failed rock stars, full of eternite, depression, and half-finished ski-flying hills. The Suru live there.
Okay.
We're close. True. Hard. Full. Core.
Is it?
It's hardcore.
You're just gonna keep saying it's hardcore, aren't you?
Skipper D. Skipper Danger. I am the rearranger.
What?
We're close.
We're close?
True. Hard. Full. Core. Hardcore. Hardcore to the mega.
Alright.
Here comes the night. We're close. True. Hard. Hardcore. Hardcore to the internally all core.
He furrows his brow as his
Hardcore. Ah.
So hardcore?
Is it though?
I was just thinking that a moment ago.
One mind, one spirit. There's no other world. There's no other life. We're close. True. Hardcore. Hardcore to internally all core.
he furrows his
Hardcore. Ah.
Is it though?
It is?
What is it? I mean really.
The question is, what is the question?
No, but seriously, I'm a bit worried it isn't.
Did I solve it? Wait, I turned it around though.
The skin on your back is crawling. For a second, you can't even hear the music anymore. There is a hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gilles Lane, right
Huh?
next to the canal. Don't be alarmed. Everything is okay. He isn't actually worried. Everything is still super hardcore. What he probably means is, It could be even more so.
Why are there lungs on your belt buckle? This is...
Lungs are for love.
Why would lungs be full of?
When Dolores Day was anointed innocent, her lungs started glowing through her body. For the world loved her, and she loved it back. Yeah!
Why wouldn't they be? Are the lungs not the place where you hold the breath of your soul?
Huh. Really?
I think so.
Well, the lungs are where you hold the breath of your soul, aren't they?
Highly gaily.
Highly gaily? What? You said you were worried. What do you think is wrong with the music?
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm still in love with the hardcore.
It turns pensive all of a sudden.
Sometimes I just feel like anodic music is in its infancy, you know? For example, take this Arno van Eyck jam I've been pumping for the last months, and will continue pumping for the rest of 51. Isn't something holding it back from being hyper?
He thinks for a moment, then he's six.
Like it's only ultra. I think it's super hardcore, but you're right. It's not hyper hardcore.
If anything, it sounds a bit proto. Like it's not fully formed yet. You might be a moribund alcoholic and a failed cop, but you are pretty certain a thing cannot be both proto and hardcore.
It's proto, not hardcore at all.
Wow! Culture cop! I think you might be right. But how could it become hardcore then? I know it in my heart, but cannot think it in my head. If this is not hardcore, how could anything be?
Sounds suspiciously like a question. I thought the question was, what is the question?
No! This is the answer!
I'm going to try to think of anything could make it harder core.
What? Guys, there's something happening in his head.
That was not a quotation mark. Why are you responding to that? Think harder.
Oh yeah! He's doing it!
What the fuck is
But
happening?
you're not. This is almost certainly a matter that surpasses the limits of reason.
My imagination fails me.
I know! So does mine!
He laughs and shakes his head.
But there's something else that hasn't failed you.
Wait, I just remembered something. I'm the police.
Uh-huh.
Nothing. Me being the police isn't going to help us.
Oh.
I can't help you with this right now. I need something else, something extra.
Yeah! Alright! Here comes...
What the fuck is happening?
Why does art inspire you so much?
It does, yes, but what is art?
Excellent question. Art is a diverse range of visual, literary, auditory, and performative creativity. It's an expression of imagination and technical skill. Additionally, it's history, criticism, and pure enjoyment. In short, art is the highest form of human communication, representation, narrative, emotion, and agency intertwined.
Would I fit into the art world? I mean,
Have you looked in the mirror lately? You have the exact features of a savage art critic, with that beard and those clothes, disheveled and prophetic. Perhaps you should try to critique architecture too.
hold on, is architecture also art?
Of course not. It's autism, box drawing, masturbation with a ruler, and a sextant, or whatever they use. You should demean and criticize the genteel institution of architecture, while extolling the virtues of the pure arts.
Is this a good time to mention that I wanted to be an architect for a while? I started studying architectural engineering, which I had to quit because I had an actual serious mental fucking breakdown. It wasn't pretty at all. Also, I have autism, so masturbation with a ruler and a sextant or whatever they use. What about music? Is it art?
Only the most experimental kind.
I guess I have been feeling critical lately.
Yes, you seek substance. No vapid representations and reproductions of social mores as made manifest in stuffy biennials. We're talking real, living art here. Become the art cop. Half art critic, half cop.
This is fun. But don't I have to be 100% cop to get the case finished and all that?
Being so indecisive. What are you going for here? Some kind of indecisive and camp aesthetic now? Strike a bold shape here. Go art or go home.
Okay, if 50% art critic is what's needed to free me from rote repetition, so be it. I'm gonna opt in.
It's not only your duty to only catch the criminals off the street, you must also apprehend criminals of the printing press and the gallery, the trite and derivative artists and writers of the world.
This is really stupid and fun.
Provide savage criticisms, art cop. The world is yours to rip to pieces and reassemble.
Avengers, assemble. Do, 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 do. This game is so funny. Minus perception, because you can't even look at this shit. How are we doing on the homosexual underground? 3 hours 26. There's another couple type, the worst one, the most savage and brutal. Is it? Huh? The art cop. Nothing is good enough for him. Everything is shit. You have to employ an armada of adjectives to depict and demean the mediocrity of the works and visual institutions around you. Really flex that critical muscle until the vocabulary for punishing mediocrity becomes second nature. Here we go. I mean, how could I not? Holy shit. Hi Kim.
Yes?
Before we quit, let's see if we can...
The shaggy-haired girl kneels on the sea ice. She looks up as you approach.
So you talked to my associates, right? Are you going to help us?
I'll help you, alright.
Great. Let us know if there's any progress, will ya? We've been waiting for weeks here.
You know, your associates tried to use me to set up a drug lab. I'm guessing you knew of this plan?
I did, and I'm sorry. For what it's worth, which isn't much.
This is why I didn't go into the tent. Typical delinquency.
You don't get to choose your posse, they choose you. Mine are idiots, but they're mine. I tried to talk Andre out of it. I even tried not to lie to you.
Indeed, she merely tried to omit the truth instead.
Said you opted to admit the truth. Same thing.
I know, but I knew you'd see through their plan too. I'm not an idiot. I should have been able to control them, and I will in the future. I promise.
Will you?
May I ask, what did you tell them?
That I'm going to decide after I've looked into the church situation.
Oh, right. That's wise. Take your time.
Oh, gave her a hat. The others told me you went inside the church. What did you see in there?
Oh, that. You're not going to believe me. There's no point in me telling you.
She's less prone to blurt it out, crab man, than the others.
We'll see. Go ahead and tell me.
Okay. I went in and I saw a woman next to one of those machines there. Noid calls it a mainframe. She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother. You know, strange old clothes. Had this absent expression, didn't say anything, just stood still.
Go on.
And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall, upside down like a crab, down the church wall. I think the woman didn't even know he was there. He was completely silent. He stopped right before he got to the floor, then just hung there like that, looking at me. Right at me. I fucking turned around and walked out. End of story.
Like a crab, you say?
What did this crab man look
It
like?
was too dark. I couldn't tell exactly.
Come on. She obviously could. She already went into detail.
Come on, quit stalling me. What did it look like?
He looked like a banger, okay? He was all muscular and stuff. Had a mesh tank top. I know it sounds ridiculous, but that only made it scarier in a way.
A crab and a banger?
Yes, a banger. As in a mess gang member. I know what it sounds like, but that's what I saw.
A gangster crab man. Yeah, I don't believe you,
I
sorry.
don't blame you. I mean, I wouldn't believe me either. I'm surprised Noid did. Andre I expected, but Noid...
I wanna quick save,
Hello again.
roll it,
The device is cold to the
double
touch.
one. We can re-roll a double one. That's a rule I just made up, right? Fuck you, I play the game how I want. I just...
Hello again.
The device is cold to the touch.
I'm gonna load and not roll it, I guess. Why? I don't know. Let's
Hello again. My associates.
talk about
I
them.
haven't got much to say about them.
Just answer the question, please.
Sorry. I just don't tell people about my friends and who they are and so on. I don't provide information on them.
To the cops.
What about you? Tell me something about yourself.
Me? I'm a silver bird.
Uh-huh. Okay, maybe I'll ask later about this.
Don't know what makes you think it'll be any different later, but
That's it for now. Do we roll once more?
hello again.
The device is cold.
Yeah, no. Fuck it. I think I'm gonna cut it here because we're a bit over time. God, I spent most of this episode in a tent. Next time, hopefully we get to the church and check it out. I will see you later.